Module 1, Providing Recognition. In this module, Matt is manager and Lauren is the employee. Matt is providing recognition to Lauren for her outstanding sales this month.
Thanks for taking the time to meet with me.
Of course.
So I noticed that you have sold more cars than the required 4 per week, which is outstanding. Clients have also come to me and told me that you have made the buying process very easy, and they are very appreciative of that, so that's great. One client even said that they will be back next month to buy a car for their daughter because you cared so well for them.
Well, that's great to hear. I really appreciate your recognition.
So yeah, I just wanted to thank you for the work that you've been putting in so far. I noticed that in the last 2 weeks you sold an additional 5 cars on top of your required 4, and this has been really great for the company, bringing in more clients and sales than other employees.
I'm glad that you recognize all of this, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, this is really important to me as the manager because you're showing strong initiative for the company. You're making more sales than anyone else at the branch and are setting a strong example for all the other employees that you work with. I can tell that you are determined to do well for our branch, and it's really showing.
Well, thank you for seeing that. Hi, good to meet with you again.
Oh, what's up? Yeah, take a seat.
Okay.
All right, kid. So, great job. You've been doing like a great job on the sales, but you gotta do better. Heard some things from customers, and it's not too great. But yeah, keep up the good work. Not really, but your sales are more or less there. Just gotta try and bump those up a little more.
Are you proud that I've done the extra sales that I have? Because I've gone above and beyond a little bit.
Have you though?
Oh.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We still want you here. Get out there every day, do your best. It's just just try to do a little more. That's all we want. Improvement every day.
Okay.
So
but how do I improve? I'm already kind of doing more than I was supposed to.
This is part of the learning part. Where you got to figure it out for yourself. Just throw you to the wolves. Swim or sink.
That's your best suggestion.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't really have too much for you, but
okay. Cool.
Yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you got some cars to sell, so get out there, champ.
You want to tell me more? Okay.
All right, cool. Great talk.
Yeah.
Module 2, Giving Feedback. In this module, Alexa is the manager and Matt is the employee. In this situation, Matt has been showing up late to work, and his manager is dealing with the situation.
Matt, it was brought to my attention that you do not clock in and out of work every day. This causes problems for payroll as we do not know the true and exact hours that you are working. We then have to ask you and hope that you remember the times you came in each day. This is also unfair to the employees who are paid every day for the exact hours they work. I'm discouraged that this has become a problem. I need you to remember to clock in and out every day upon arrival and departure to work. If you cannot remember to clock in and out, we will have to give you set hours for each day, and I will have to track your arrival and departures to work. Matt, how do you believe that you can address and solve the situation on your own?
Well, first off, I'm sorry that I haven't been clocking in properly. It's definitely something I have to fix. I believe that I can start clocking in better if I just set reminders for myself, or maybe have a fellow coworker remind me and keep track of me in some way.
That's good. For the future, I believe there are small things you can do differently in order to remember to clock in and out. For example, you can leave your time card on your chair. This way when you come in the morning, it's the first thing you see. Also, you could set an alarm on your phone so that when you arrive at 8:30, the alarm goes off as a reminder to clock in. You can also set a reminder at the end of the day to remember to clock out. I understand that mornings and afternoons are often busy and forgetting to clock in can become easy. I hope for the future that we do not continue this trend and we can create a resolution to the problem. We have enjoyed having you as part of our team thus far in your employment and recognize your strong work initiative. I hope to see this continue in the future.
Well, thank you very much. I will definitely try to work on that. Won't let you down.
Thanks. Okay, Meg, I brought you in today because you haven't been clocking in and out for work every day, and you're really messing everything up, and you're causing huge problems for everybody here, especially our payroll employee. So, why have you been coming in late all the time?
I guess I've been oversleeping a little bit, maybe. It's a long commute to work. I get stuck in traffic. It's really something that I think I need to work on.
I don't really care that your commute's long. It's not my fault you live far away, and I really think you should just move if it's that big of a problem. You just have to start coming in on time. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna have to fire you if you can't stick to it.
Oh, well, I really hope that doesn't come to that. I'm gonna have to work on that, I guess. Wake up a little earlier and maybe honk my horn some more, but I'll try and get it done, you know.
Yeah, I think
get
if you started drinking some coffee earlier, I think you would get in on time and be able to remember to clock in.
drink about 8 cups a day, but
Maybe an extra
I'll
one
boost
will do
that
it.
up.
Perfect. I'm happy we're on the same page.
Module 3, Building Relationships with Your Manager. In this module, Dante is the manager and Hunter is the employee. Hunter is going up to his manager to ask for advice and feedback on his performance so far.
Hey Bob, since it's after hours, I was wondering, do you have a few minutes to talk?
Yes, of course, Hunter. What's up?
I just wanted to get a mutual understanding of priority when I'm working at the bar during the hours. Everyone here has a really good system, and I'm still trying to figure out mine, so I thought I would get your interpretation. I know we were supposed to go out and collect orders from the customers, make sure that there isn't a backup of glasses in the sink, pour the drinks and serve the food, all while maintaining a polite and friendly demeanor to make the customers feel welcome. Is that correct?
Yes, those are your main priorities during the hours you are working.
Okay, well, I was just wondering, as a manager and owner of the bar, how would you like me to prioritize the work during the day? What's the most important day-to-day duty in your mind? Or what is most important to get done, and what should take precedence over what during working hours?
Well, first and foremost, make sure customers are taken care of and aren't left waiting with an empty glass or waiting for service. Them and their experiences here are the most important thing because we want them to come back. Then you can hold a conversation and make them feel welcome while they are here. Maybe taking some time to clean a few glasses so they don't back up.
Okay, I'll pay special attention to do things in that order and make sure to prioritize the customer. How do you think I'm doing with that since I've been working here?
I think you've been doing very good with the customers. You may want to try and spread it out more. I've noticed that at times you get stuck talking to one customer, but maybe missing people's empty glasses or leaving other people feeling less welcome than others.
Okay, I will focus more on spreading my attention more evenly throughout the customers. Thank you for giving me that idea of how I've been doing. While I'm here, is there anything else I can do to help you out? Maybe something that you don't like doing as much, or something else that needs help in the bar?
Now that you mention it, I don't really like having to do the tips at the end of the night, when I could be spending more time on other aspects of the bar business. If you could take care of that towards the end of the night, it would be a great help.
I can absolutely take care of that. I appreciate your willingness to give me more responsibility here. From now on, I will aim to spread my attention when behind the bar to help more people and make sure to keep checking for refills or possible food orders from the customers, correct?
Yes, that sounds perfect.
Now, would you show me how to do the tips so I can better assist you with them?
Yes, of course. Thank you for being willing to help me out with this.
Hey Bob, do you have a few minutes to talk?
Yeah, I guess we could talk.
Well, I actually have a few complaints about the way you've been running the bar.
Oh, really?
You know, yeah, there's always a backup of dishes. Nobody here does their job. You're always off drinking somewhere, I think. You know, I never see you around the bar. I'm always the one who has to take the orders. I'm always filling up glasses, and, you know, I have to put in the tips some of the time during the night when that's your only job. You never communicate properly, and all in all, I think this is just a very poorly run establishment.
To me, it sounds like you're not taking enough initiative.
No, I
in your
am
job.
taking enough initiative. You are the one who's not here running your bar the correct way, and you know, it's the end of the day. It's not even the end of the day. I still have an hour. I can't work for this anymore. No. I'm leaving. Run your bar better.
Better off without you.
Module 4, Effectively Framing Your Ideas. In this module, Mike is the manager and Lauren and Bridget are the employees. In this situation, Mike is the manager of a car manufacturing plant and he's delivering some unfortunate news to his workers.
Hello everyone. The reason I've brought you in is this meeting is to discuss our progress in manufacturing the Chevy deal. We've just been visited by a quality control specialist from Chevy HQ, and it has come to my attention that in our fleet of finished product thus far, there's a small manufacturing defect present in all of them. Now I know this is very unfortunate news, but I want to take the time now to plan our best course of action moving forward to meet our deadline in 6 weeks.
You have to be kidding. We have worked relentlessly over these past few months to get ahead in manufacturing so that we wouldn't be burdened with overtime towards the end. Are you telling us that we will have to go back and fix our mistake while at the same time finishing before the deadline? That is borderline impossible. We have worked too hard to be pushed this overboard.
I understand exactly where you're coming from, and trust me, I've been overly satisfied by your level of dedication working through this deal. You've all worked extra hours and days to ensure that you were well ahead of schedule. This news of the defect could prove disastrous to our firm if we cannot meet the deadline, and we'll lose out on a significant amount of payoff. Please understand the position that I am in, where we have to extend the deadlines in the past, and it's hurt our reputation. If we can't finish this deal on a positive note, then I know for a fact that we'll see a large increase in capital that can be used to increase factory standards and even pay. I know that the following 6 weeks will not be easy by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd like to know at this point if we can come to a level of understanding as we all try to deliver as promised.
We are not happy at all with this current situation. If we are to work all of this overtime, we expect full compensation for all of it. None of us are happy to spend more time in the factory. We have barely had time at home as it is. It just doesn't seem fair that after getting ahead because of our own hard work, we are asked this much of ourselves moving forward. We understand that in the past we've had difficulty delivering on time, and we have seen the impact that this has on our company's ability to land large-scale deals like this. We know we need to deliver. However, from this point on, we expect you as our manager to look out for our time and interests more closely. We need to know that future deals and deadlines will not be ruined by last-minute bad news, and that our hard work in finishing this deal will be rewarded.
I'm happy to hear that you guys have such a perspective. Your initiative to fix the defects and still meet the deadlines shows every single one of you are true professionals. I promise that your overtime will be recognized and compensated for, and that in the future I will keep all your interests held closely when making these deals because of the respect that you've all gained from me today. You're all great hardworking force, and this deal would not be completed without you. I want to thank you all for keeping our firm's well-being paramount in your priorities, and it will reflect upon you once the deal is complete. I really appreciate you all working with me today, as it's really difficult. Thank you. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in to meet with me today. I have some bad news. We were visited by the quality control expert from Chevy. Turns out all the cars you guys have been making, defects in all of them. I'm not surprised, but you got to meet the deadline in 6 weeks, or else we're going to lose a lot of money because of you.
Not surprised. What does that mean?
You know, well, we've missed deadlines in the past, and I've given you guys a bunch of chances, but, you know, kind of at the end of my patience here, and I'm just the manager. You guys are the ones making them.
But you haven't given us any suggestions or you just tell us we suck and then you
It's not
leave.
helpful at all.
If you want some help, I would say work overtime, see what I can do about paying you for it, but like I said, not my mistake.
So you want us to work overtime, but we don't know if we're gonna get money.
Well, I mean, if you make the deadline, which good luck to you, we can see what we can do.
Can you at least recognize that we've been putting in all the work, or no? You just want to?
Oh, sure, you've made plenty of cars, but they're all wrong.
Module 5. Interviewing and getting information. In this module, Bridget is manager and Lauren is employee. Bridget is interviewing Lauren for a new position at her firm.
Hello, it is so nice to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to come in for an interview. For this interview, I'm just looking to find out a little bit more about yourself. So why don't you start off by telling me about yourself? How would you describe yourself?
Well, I currently live in Orange County, New York. I'm a junior at Sacred Heart University, currently studying health science and minoring in human resources. On campus, I'm involved in the choir program and secretary of my sorority.
That's wonderful being able to manage both academics and being part of other organizations as well. What made you decide to go into health science and human resources?
Well, after taking some classes of both healthcare and management, I found both topics very interesting. I enjoy learning more about healthcare policies and systems, along with learning how to manage to be part of a company team.
Those are both great fields of study, especially learning how to be part of a team. In terms of teamwork, was there ever a time where you had to work on a team whose personalities may have been different from yours?
Well, the executive board of my sorority tries to work like a team. Yes, I would say we are all very different in terms of personalities or fields of study, but we found a way to balance each other out and be supportive of one another's differences.
It is definitely important to be able to work with all different types of personalities, especially in a work setting. I'm sure being the secretary of a sorority, you are constantly getting emails or reminders about events or things to discuss. Has there been a time where you needed information from someone who wasn't maybe very responsive? If so, how did you handle it?
As part of my position, I'm required to remind the other executive board members and chair positions when they have reports due for the month. I'm supposed to email them a few times reminding them of their due dates so that they submit them to me on time. For the first month, one of our board members wasn't keeping me updated on whether she was working on her report or not, so I had to politely email her to remind her up until the day before it was due. Thankfully, she was able to send it to me on time.
Communication definitely plays a big role in a work environment, especially management. Now tell me, how long did you work for your last employer?
I worked at my last job for about 2 years. I was a summer employee there, and I worked one winter break.
What were some tasks you had to do for this job?
I mostly worked on an ongoing moving and storage project with the office, but there were also times where I covered the front desk and greeted office visitors and answered incoming phone calls too.
So what made you interested in applying to Cadman for an HR internship opportunity?
Besides the fact that it relates to my field of study, after reading the job description and learning more about Cadman, I felt that this would be an amazing opportunity to gain experience in an area I'm very interested in and would be honored if I were to get an internship here.
I definitely think this would be a great opportunity for you, and I'm also glad to hear that you're interested in Cadman. If you're definitely interested in applying, we can keep in touch, and I can send you an application once they become available.
Yeah, I would appreciate if you would send me an application. That would be great.
Not a problem. Thank you so much again for coming in today. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, I think you answered everything for me. It was really great to meet you, though. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come meet with you, and I hope we'll be in touch.
Yes, we will definitely be in touch. Hey, how's it going? So obviously here for an interview. So why don't you just start by telling me about yourself? What do you have going on?
So, yeah, I live in Orange County. I'm a junior at Sacred Heart, studying health science and human resources, and I'm involved in the choir program and the secretary of my sorority.
Busy girl. That's interesting.
Yeah.
What else do you got going on?
That's most of what I do here. But the reason that I chose human resources and health science is because after taking classes in healthcare and management, I thought that would be a good way to sort of merge them together. What do you think? Do you not think that's...
I mean, they're kind of two different fields.
Well, yeah, but I started learning about healthcare policies and systems, and so that's sort of the way that I merged them, because I was learning how to manage a team and be part of a company team, so that those appear in both segments.
Yeah, interesting. I hate to cut you off, but I got some other stuff I gotta do, so I think we're
You
gonna
have to
cut
go?
this interview now. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Are we gonna finish it another time? Or?
Maybe I gotta check my schedule.